Have you ever felt trapped in a relationship where you constantly fear abandonment? Let's delve into the root cause of this fear. In the complex web of human relationships, narcissistic ones can be particularly damaging. They're often marked by one partner exploiting the emotional vulnerabilities of the other, instilling a deep-seated fear of abandonment. This manipulation can be subtle, cloaked in expressions of love and concern, making it all the more insidious. They might make you feel like you're walking on eggshells, that any misstep could lead to the demise of the relationship. This fear can be so intense that it leads to a cycle of dependency. You might find yourself constantly seeking their approval, trying to meet their impossible standards, all in a bid to avoid being abandoned. Understanding this dynamic is the first step towards breaking free from the paralyzing fear of abandonment. In response to the fear of abandonment, women often develop compulsive behaviors. Let's shed some light on these unexpected reactions. There's the excessive people-pleasing, where one bends over backwards to keep others happy, often at the expense of their own needs and happiness. This is done in the hope that if they are indispensable, they won't be left behind. Then there's the self-blame, where one assumes responsibility for everything that goes wrong, believing that if they were just a little better, they wouldn't be abandoned. Last but not least, there's emotional suppression. This is when one bottles up their feelings, thinking that if they don't express any negative emotions, they'll be more likable. But these behaviors are coping mechanisms. They're not healthy or helpful. They're just ways to avoid confronting the real fear. Recognizing these responses is crucial to breaking the cycle and reclaiming your emotional independence. Now that we have a better understanding of the problem, it's time to discuss the solution. How can you reclaim your emotional independence? The first step is setting boundaries. By clearly defining what is and isn't acceptable behavior, you can begin to break free from the toxic influence of narcissistic relationships. These boundaries aren't restrictions, but rather guideposts on your journey towards emotional independence. Next, focus on self-care. This isn't just about bubble baths and chocolate, but also about nurturing your mind and spirit. By engaging in activities that bring you joy and peace, you can begin to heal from the inside out. Finally, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors can provide invaluable support and guidance as you navigate your path to recovery. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to take time for yourself. It's okay to say no. Reclaiming your emotional independence is a journey, but every step you take brings you closer to healing. After a narcissistic relationship, it's common to struggle with trust, but it's not impossible to rebuild. When embarking on the journey of trust, you first need to acknowledge your past experiences. It's okay to admit that you've been hurt. Recognizing this allows you to begin healing and rebuilding your faith in others. Next, practice self-compassion. It's essential to understand that you're not at fault for the actions of the narcissist. You deserve kindness, respect, and love just like anyone else. Then, learn to trust your instincts. In a narcissistic relationship, you may have been conditioned to doubt yourself. It's time to reclaim your intuition. If something feels off, trust that feeling. If something feels right, trust that too. Let's not forget, trust isn't built overnight. It's a process requiring time and patience. It's about taking small steps forward, even if there are setbacks along the way. Remember, trust is a process. Be patient with yourself. Healing from a narcissistic relationship is a journey, but with the right tools and guidance, you can overcome your fears and reclaim your life. Embarking on this journey requires a few practical steps. One of the most powerful tools at your disposal is therapy, where trained professionals can guide you through the process of untangling the emotional knots left by narcissistic relationships. Next, consider joining a support group. Here you will find a safe space to share your experiences, learn from others, and draw strength from a community that truly understands what you're going through. But don't forget about self-care. This can range from simple acts like taking a walk in nature to more profound practices like meditation or mindfulness. Remember, healing takes time. Be patient with yourself. Cultivate resilience and practice self-compassion. Remember, you are not alone. There is a whole community of women who have walked this path before you, and they are here to support and uplift you. You are stronger than you think, and you have the power to overcome your fears and live a life of emotional freedom.